The Georgia Gym Dogs post their highest team score of the year by defeating number 13 LSU. Stay tuned. The highlights are next.
And the Dogs' deed is done. What can I say? They were the best. They really stood out. They put it all together when it counts, and that's what the sport's all about. What a routine.
And that just may do it for Georgia here tonight.
Wow.
The Gym Dogs Show is brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Yocklin. Welcome to the Gym Dogs Show. With me today is Associate Head Coach Jay Clark, and we just returned from a competition against the LSU Tigers, where the Gym Dogs posted the highest score of our season so far. It was a great meet, wasn't it, Jay?
Absolutely. Top to bottom, it's been our best competition so far this year. Every event looked really sharp, with the exception of a few landings that we still need to polish up. It's really been our best showing so far, 24 for 24, and about this time of season is when you want to start seeing that.
That's exactly right. After the first two rotations, the meet was pretty close, just 3/10 separating us from LSU, and we wanted to get a bigger separation going on to floor exercise, which has been a problem for us. That's where we really separated us from the LSU Tigers. We came on strong on floor, and just from there, it was no looking back. Let's take a look at the first rotations. And here we are on the campus of Louisiana State University. This is the fourth away competition for the Gym Dogs so far this season. There's about 3,000 fans in attendance. First up on bars is Nikki Childs. Nikki is a junior on our team, and she's in our lineup mainly because of her beautiful line, her good handstand work. That was a 1.5 pirouette, close to being on top of the bar, very nicely done. On that handstand turn, she is over a little bit. You should complete the turn in the vertical position. So far, it's a great routine, though. Nikki has beautiful toe point and extension throughout the routine. Good difficulty. Nice handstand there at the end. A little weak on the dismount, but she executes it well today. Double tuck above the bar with a nice stuck landing and a season high of 9.85.
Kayla Rogers over on vault for LSU. Kayla is a freshman from Liberty, Missouri. She does a Yurchenko full there. You see a big hop there on the landing, but otherwise a pretty good vault, 9.8.
This is Grace Taylor, a freshman. We call her our tiny tiger. She really gets after it in competition. Nice hop to handstand, front stalter work, turn, low bar bail to handstand. A little short on that handstand on the low bar, but all of her other positions are being hit very nicely. Here's her signature move, her Comanche, her front flip. Back up to vertical position. So far, a great routine. I only saw a small deduction on the low bar, a double layout dismount for a stick, and a great score of 9.9.
Kelly Phelan over on vault for LSU. She's a senior from Orlando, Florida. Pretty good Yurchenko full right there. A little bit of pike down, but she lands it very well, 9.875.
And here's Tiffany Tolnay, a sophomore on our team. Tiffany finished 4th in the all-around last year at the NC2As, and she is just getting better and better every day. You can see her great precision when she works bars, hitting every single position. Beautiful body just throughout the routine, and execution, just there's nothing wrong with it. So far, I don't see a deduction. A little bit late there on that turn, so that would be a half attempt. And here's the dismount, and a hop on the dismount, and a score of 9.85.
Nikki Butler on vault for LSU, a senior from Virginia Beach, Virginia. From the same gym as Corey Fritzinger. Good vault, big hop there on the landing again, 9.875.
Here's Katie Heenan. She is our stalwart. We can always depend on Katie to come through with the score. She had a missed handstand there right at the beginning, which would be an 0.5 deduction. A little bit back on that Jaeger for Katie. Sometimes often she's a little higher than that. She's a little bit back. So far, though, a great routine. The execution of Georgia's bars is really, really good. All of the body positions are hit. There's the turn right to vertical, and a nice double front for a stuck landing and a score of 9.85.
Over on vault, LSU's anchor, Ashley Claire Kearney from Connecticut. She's a junior. Big, huge Yurchenko full, clean landing. One of the best vaulters in the nation, 9.925.
And here's Courtney Kupets. This bar routine is still new. She's only been competing it for a month, and it still is a challenge for her. Here's her new skill right here, the ray. Right to an overshoot, beautifully done. That gets a lot of connection bonus right there because she did a big release move on the high bar to an immediate overshoot. There was her hop full to Tkachev. She does 5 releases in this routine. Good handstand at the end. So far, very few, if any, deductions. And a dismount double layout. Oh, that's too bad. That's a big step right there for a 1/10 deduction and a score of 9.875.
So we have our second highest score of the year on the uneven bars with a 49.325. We head to vault. Marcia gets us started. Marcia's vault is getting better and better every week. If she can just eliminate that one step there, it's a big vault. Goes 9.8 here. Huge amplitude. I felt like that could have gone a little higher. Really big vault. Really not a lot wrong with that vault except for that small step.
And this is Ashley Kupets. Half turn front pike. Just a small hop again on the landing. She turned too soon. You should show control before you make the turn. If she had just had that small hop and then held that landing position, that would be better than turning. She only scores a 9.825.
Susan Jackson, a freshman from Spring, Texas, over on uneven bars for LSU. Susan is a former U.S. national team member. She starts there with a Higgins to a mixed grip Jaeger. Overshoot the handstand. You see the legs come apart there. Those are things that the judges should be deducting for. A little short on a couple of her handstands in this routine. A nice full-out dismount with a hop there on the landing, though, and goes 9.8.
And here's Katie Heenan. And Katie is known for sticking on vaulting. She's stuck in the last 3 competitions, and there's another stick for Katie and a score of 9.9. It's absolutely a beautiful vault. I'm not sure what the judges took in terms of deduction. She has a tiny, tiny pike at the end, but you almost have to do that to find the stick. I would have gone at least a 9.95. I think it's just a beautiful vault.
Courtney Kupets back in the vaulting lineup, and boy, are we glad to see that. You can see she's a little rusty there on the landing, takes a big hop there and gets a 9.85, but a pretty good vault. We were really pleased with the way her foot tolerated the competition that night. Tiffany Tolnay, our anchor on vault, big Yurchenko 1.5 that you've grown accustomed to seeing. I tell you what, when she lands that thing, there's not a whole lot wrong with it. It's just an enormous vault, huge amplitude. One judge goes 9.85, another goes 9.9, and she gets a score of 9.875.
So Georgia leads at the midpoint, 98.575 to LSU's 98.275.
The Gym Dogs Show is brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia. By Makar Homes. Makar Homes, built with passion for over 50 years. Brown Arrowhead Clinic. Arrowhead Clinic, Georgia's largest spinal health care organization. By Athens Regional Medical Center. At Athens Regional, we have a specialty. You. By the John Bull Stores of the Bahamas. John Bull, the shopping mecca of the Caribbean. And by Phil Hughes Honda. Phil Hughes Honda, the official car dealer of the Georgia Gym Dogs.
One look and you'll be captivated. The all-new Honda CR-V. Everything has been redesigned from the exterior to the amenity-rich interior. Indulge your senses with elements like leather, navigation, an updated engine with better power, gas mileage, and cleaner emissions. Drive with confidence. It's also been awarded the top safety pick for its class. The Honda CR-V. It's the SUV you've been craving. Visit Phil Hughes Honda on the Atlanta Highway, Athens.
Makar Homes is proud to announce its 50th anniversary. With passion for quality, Makar is committed to customer satisfaction before, during, and after building your home. With over 40 communities around Atlanta, Makar has a plan and neighborhood for any lifestyle, from affordable townhomes to luxurious estates. For more information, visit www.makarhomes.com. Makar Homes, built with passion for over 50 years.
Ask Suzanne, brought to you by Makar Homes. And this week's question is, are there still tickets available for the competition against Alabama this Saturday? And the answer is yes. Just go online, georgiadogs.com, and order your tickets today. That's Ask Suzanne, brought to you by Makar Homes.
Welcome back. Well, we're done with vault and bars. Our landings on vault were not as good as we'd like to see them at this point in the year, although the vaults were huge themselves. Bars was pretty good. I thought like our execution on bars was really good. We need to stick a few more landings. We only stuck 3 on this night. So we're headed over to floor now, and the meet is pretty tight. We're about 3/10 separating us. What has been our weakest event to this point, we really need to kind of show up tonight. This really needs to be, you know, a great event for us. Suzanne, talk to us about what's going on floor.
I mean, you're absolutely right, Jay. You know, the competition is still close, and floor exercise has been a struggle for us. You know, we've got 3 girls from last year's national championship lineup not competing yet. Kelsey Erickson and Courtney and Ashley Kupets will not be doing floor tonight. So we've got a mix of some different girls, 3 freshmen in the lineup, and so far this season we have not been able to put together a good rotation on this event. So let's see what happens now.
Marcia Newby getting in the floor lineup for the first time as a gym dog here in her freshman year. She's worked very hard to get into the lineup. Opens with a double pike. She's been out for a year with a significant shin injury that has prevented her from getting back sooner, but she's really picking it up now. A good 2.5 there in the middle, so she's got D's in both of her passes so far. And a really nicely done whip immediate double full for a C+ bonus at the end of that routine, and gets us off to a nice start with a 9.8.
And here is Grace Taylor on floor exercise. She is a permanent fixture in the lineup here. Small deduction there on the landing, 0.05. Here's her middle pass, a double tuck, which is another D, nice and high. Good landing there, and she works right out of it. And her last pass is a 2.5 twist. Grace gets up nice and high, crosses over. That's a pretty big deduction right there, about 1/10. But the judges love her dance, and so do we. She really performs well for a score of 9.85.
Next up is Courtney McCool, another freshman. 3 freshmen in a row leading off the lineup for us at LSU on floor. Courtney struggled early this year on floor, but this routine, she didn't struggle. Nice 2.5 punch front layout, beautifully done. Courtney's execution in line and dance and presentation, you can definitely see the experience level in this athlete, and we're just happy to see her progressing as well as she is right now. You can see the beautiful dance. She's getting ready for her middle pass, which is a round off back handspring double full. We're hoping to upgrade that later in the year, but it's not a deduction. It's a C pass in the middle, and she finishes her routine with an E level tumbling skill. Very difficult to do at the end of the routine. You see that double toe turn with the leg at horizontal. Very difficult to do well, and Courtney does it very, very well. She gets an E skill for that. You can see she just moves through this routine so nicely, so fluid, and finishes up here with a front handspring, front double full that she lands very cleanly, finishes up very nice. Career high for her, 9.95, and really set the mark on floor exercise for us this night.
And this is Katie Heenan, another great floor worker for Georgia. Katie's a junior. Right now, she's currently ranked number 2 in the country in the all-around. She opens with a front double full, front tuck, beautifully done, nice and high. Her middle tumbling pass is a front full, which is a C to an immediate front half, and it had a nice rise on the second flip, which is what you're looking for. Last pass is a double pike. Nice, solid landing. Great routine for Katie, and a score of 9.925.
Next up, Tiffany Tolnay on floor. Tiffany is our anchor right now. Beautiful Arabian double front. Great amplitude, unbelievable. She stretches for the floor to land that thing. Comes back with a front full front layout. Typically that's been a front full. Tiffany was out a little bit early in the week, and we just wanted to give her a little bit of rest and not push it too hard in this routine. And finishes with a double pike. Very nicely done routine, 9.9. I thought that one could have gone a little higher as well.
After 3 rotations, Georgia's lead is now significant, a 148.0 to LSU's 147.025.
Hi, my name is Anne Claire Ballinger. Courtney, what was your favorite routine?
Thanks for the question. Okay, I have 2 favorite routines. I couldn't decide between one. Okay, Megan's knee routine is amazing. I don't know has it or the music, but I get chills every time I watch it. And my second favorite routine is Abby's floor routine, because she starts us off so amazing and her facial expressions just get you going. So thanks for the question.
If you've been injured in a car accident, you need to make the call. Arrowhead, one of the nation's largest accident treatment centers. Arrowhead clinics will treat your injuries immediately, because if they're not treated now, they could get worse. We'll document your injuries for your insurance company, because without proper documentation, you won't get the money you deserve. So make the call now, because the first thing you need to do is get treatment. It's already been several hours since your accident. Don't delay. Call now, because Arrowhead is the leader.
Drop by drop. A trickle becomes a stream, flowing from the source, refreshing, fresh, in the store or at your door. Millwood Springs.
Welcome back. Well, that's just what the coaches ordered. That floor execution was exactly what we needed at this point of the season. It separates us from LSU, and now we can go over to balance beam with a pretty comfortable situation, and this is a good event for us anyway.
Absolutely, and this lineup on the balance beam, to have a routine like Grace Taylor's as your leadoff routine on this event, it's just really nice to go to the balance beam, which traditionally is an event that can be the great equalizer, and have some calm assurance that you know you've got really 6 routines up there that at any moment could go 9-9, and the confidence that they have, you really are not ever concerned that they're going to come off the beam.
Absolutely not. I mean, our team has so much confidence. We never talk about whether or not somebody's going to come off the beam because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in practice, and I just feel like when they get up there, they are in a zone, every single one of them, and wow, it's just great to have a team that you know is excellent on balance beam. It just gives you such a reassurance when you go against the top teams in the country week after week.
We may have let the cat out of the bag here, but let's take a look at the beam highlights.
We've got some fans up in the audience, some of the parents following the team all the way to LSU. It's great to have them there. And we're headed over to balance beam, which is right in front of our fans. A good place for them to be. And this is Grace Taylor. Once again, she's taken over the leadoff spot since Kelsey Erickson's injury and just doing a great job going first up. She has so much confidence, and she is just such a little fierce competitor. That was her flip-flop. A back pike. Here are her leaps, her leap combination. No bonus there, but nicely done. I love this myself, the full turn to the gainer layout with the turn with the leg in horizontal. She had a small balance check there. Front aerial with no deduction. And Grace gets ready to dismount with a back handspring, double twist. Great routine from Grace and a score of 9.9 to start out Georgia.
Megan Doolan up next on the balance beam for us, and Megan competed, as you recall, in Raleigh, North Carolina at NC State and went 9-9 on her only competition thus far this season. You see a beautifully done Onodi. That's an E-level skill. Switch sleep, straddle jump, very nicely done. Megan's very solid on the balance beam this year, and she's worked very hard to get back into the lineup. Flip-flop layout, done very, very well. Another front aerial. You see a lot of our girls doing that. Small balance check there on that skill. And then a round off 1.5 or C-level dismount that she sticks and goes 9.9 again.
Over on floor exercise is LSU's Kelly Phelan. Front double full punch front. Nicely done there. Same skill Katie Heenan does to open. Middle pass double pike, nice and high, no deduction there. And her last pass is a front full with a tuck at the end of the second one. Great routine, 9.925.
Tiffany Tolnay over in balance beam for us, and Tiffany's having a great meet so far tonight. Tiffany's amplitude and execution, probably some of the biggest leaps you're going to see anywhere in the country. That was a beautiful switch side, great amplitude, perfect execution on her series, flip-flop layout. Big front tuck. You see how she lands that straight up and down. There's no deep squat on that front tuck. Beautifully done. Switch sleep, straddle jump, done very, very well. And then she finishes up with her dismount, back handspring, double back with just the step there on the landing and goes 9.85. And
here's Laura Klein, a sophomore from Woodlands, Texas. She opens with a tucked full in, little bounce on the landing there. That should be an 0.5 deduction. Second tumbling pass, a whip half, Rudy, and she had nice amplitude on that, just a little pike in on the landing, another deduction there. Last pass, double tuck, and she finished it high, a score of 9.9.
Courtney McCool on the balance beam. Beautiful mount, the McCool, very unusual. You're not going to see that an awful lot, and you're not going to see it be connected to a double stag ring the way she does it either. A little bit of a balance check there on the series. Switch sleep ring, that's an E. Very difficult because the head goes back and it's a blind landing. Beautifully done full turn where she brings the leg up high. Courtney's just got that exquisite elite look on the balance beam. A beautiful sheep jump for another E, another D salto in a front aerial, loaded with difficulty here. And finishes with a nice double full. Takes the step there on the landing, and that's going to get her every time, 9.85.
Courtney Kupats, solid as usual throughout this routine. She is going to end with the double tuck dismount, which she has not been doing in the last couple meets because of her foot problems. But in this competition, she is going to do that. There's her front aerial in the middle of her routine, which is a D. Here's her leap combination, very unusual. You rarely see a switch side off of one step. There's her switch sleep to her gainer layout. Beautiful, beautiful finish positions. Courtney's very disciplined in all of her landings. And here's the dismount, back handspring, double tuck. Has a little trouble on the landing.
Ashley Claire Kearney over on floor for LSU. She missed most of last year due to injury. Big Arabian double front there. But as a freshman, she was just an amazing impact freshman for them. Beautiful double pike there in the middle pass. And then finishes with a whip half, front full, goes 9.95.
Last up on beam for Georgia's Katie Heenan. She almost falls on that easy mount. These girls need to not take those for granted, the easy skills. Here's her flip-flop layout. Now I'd like to see a little more leg extension from Katie on that layout. That second leg's just a little loose. Here's her jump combination, straddle to sheep, which is great combination bonus. This is her front tuck. Nicely done. And now she gets ready to dismount, a round-off double full, which Katie usually sticks, but takes a small hop today and scores a 9.875. Georgia wins this competition, a 197.425, which is a season high, to LSU's 196.45. Routine of the Week brought to you by Athens Regional Medical Center, and this week's Routine of the Week is Courtney McCool on the floor exercise, where she scores a career high of 9.95. That's Routine of the Week brought to you by Athens Regional Medical Center.
I'm sorry, honey, I know it hurts. Oh, x-rays, they don't hurt at all. It's like a magic eye that looks inside of your body to see if anything's broken. This is where Hannah came to get her stitches out last year, remember? Of course, honey, Mommy will be with you the whole time. And remember, Mommy wouldn't take you here if it wasn't the best place in the whole world.
Athens Regional Medical Center, a passion for medical excellence. Drop by drop, pure, refreshing. A trickle becomes a stream, flowing from the source. Refreshing, fresh, in the store or at your door.